let's have a look at the charts. It's been a while since I've gone through a lot of different things on the PC with a nice mic. So let's just get going. I have SPY and AMC open. I really haven't looked around yet. I want to say that SPY is about to crash. Remember back here? What day was it? It was, this is an hourly chart. There was a big red scary day. The Fed spoke and there was a lot of volatility, and then it was just like insane drop right here, this bar on 8/26. I said, you guys, the stock market's crashing. Look at these. Look at this. In the last week, we had some of the most volatile days. This is so deceiving. Look at this. This was a massive gap. We got a massive tail on this. This is a not really technically a hammer because the height of the body is too large proportional to the tail. So you're looking for a 1-to-3 ratio, and this is not it. Or I should say 2-to-3 or 1 to whatever. It's 1/3 candle and then 2/3 tail. Now, this might have looked like a bull flag, right? It kind of does, doesn't it? But I saw a double top through here on the hourly chart, and we had a reversal midweek. I've been holding SPXU calls. SPXU calls. So that's actually an inverse of SPY. So when I pull this up, XPU, here we go. And I'll put it on the same time frame, so it makes sense. Makes more sense. You see how they're just inversions of each other, basically, more or less. And so interesting though too how they don't quite have the same, like, let's see, red, red, green, 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 red, 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 green. Yeah, green, yep. And then actually, yeah, look at that, it's like perfect. It's amazing how correlated they are because they're supposed to be. Short ETFs are my favorite right now because you can trade them long without using margin, which is fantastic. You don't actually have to short the market. You can buy a long ETF. That means you buy the thing, you buy the share, you have it, you're not selling it short. Okay. Implied volatility seems to be, well, climbing now with this recent jump between, well, the last few days of the week. So this is looking good. Volumes above that 30-period average. The RSI had a bullish or a bearish divergence up here as the RSI didn't set a second high as it did set a second high in the price. So that divergence is RSI. It's bearish, and that typically just means that it's not necessarily a full trend reversal. It's just a short-term counter trend coming in, not necessarily a full trend reversal. So bullish continuation through here, and we watch the RSI to make sure that stays above 50. The RSI is an oscillator, so it goes up and down, and when it's coming up, that means the average gains over the moving averages shown here, whatever your RSI is set to 14 is typical, 70 and 30. RSI is just a mathematical thing, right? So you take an average of those moving averages, and then you take that and use that for your RSI, and it's complicated, isn't it? Here's the point, is when you have the RSI dropping towards 50 and pulling up after having already set two tops, this tells me that we're about to enter into a bullish oscillation where you're going to see the RSI moving into overbought multiple times. And so what this typically signals is that we're at the top of motive waves. So it's possible that this third wave came all the way up here, 4 and 5, and we've had the first move of correction. It's possible the correction's over, but it still could turn around here. It really could. I'm going to zoom into a different chart here. Geez, charts, thank you. And oh, this is on. Okay, so what tab am I doing any of my analysis on? I'm just going to use this screen, I guess. This is TBT. This is an inverse ETF of treasury bonds. And as you can see, I was beginning to chart a motive wave through here, and this trades 24/7. So after hours are very relevant, and that's kind of backwards. It makes the daily candles look terrible. So you need to change the style of the chart, make the information interpretable. Line, and there we go. This is much easier. Okay, so looks like I was tracking a 5-wave motive wave, and I thought we got the first two. These would be mini wet waves. And then we had an extension in these sub-mini wet waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that brought us to the top of wave 3, of mini wet wave 3. We corrected to 4, and 4 looks like it was actually some sort of, it's really interesting on the line chart. It looks different, doesn't it? I can see like a flag through here, right? You see that 1, 2, 3, big push up. That's a little bit, there's a motive wave in here, wave 1. Kept it 26.59, 2 down, 3, 4, 5. You see that? So there's still one degree lower than I have labeled here, and so we came to end of 4, and whoops, looks like we have come to find the top of mini wet wave 5, and that makes minute wave 1 complete. And then we've had a small correction, and that could be it. This could be A, B, C. I mean, I'd be doubtful to see the price turn around and make a new low after it passed this prior high on September 30th. So this is looking very good. We might as well just duplicate this, and I'm going to assume that the double bottom there is going to mark the bottom of that second wave. So I'm going to label that, put it down. Looks good. So if that's true, then we're about to get into a massive push higher because it's going to be a third wave of the minute degree. Looking at my RSI here, RSI peaking at 68 at the top of mini wet wave 3. That's pretty good. That's almost there. 5 reaching into it. And then you can see here how in this wave count, I'm expecting one more bullish wave, and that's going to pull the RSI back up into the overbought area again. Because when you do have big moves, you're going to see the RSI travel through overbought and oversold for extended periods of time. So this is looking pretty good for short. If you're shorting the bond market, let's take a peek at TNX really quick. Oh, wow. Look at that. TNX pushing higher. I think TNX actually looks pretty good on a candle chart. So we'll just, whoops, that wasn't the style. We're just going to go into candle. Oh, that's right. It does look weird on candle chart too. And let's try to get, really? Is that the biggest? Okay, so this is what I was expecting. I was expecting a megaphone top, but then a bullish breakout to come up and higher. And we did get a move down to that bigger trend. Wow, there's a big pattern here. And then a push higher. Damn. So this was a good analysis. I should really follow up with this stuff more often because sometimes I go through my old charts and it's like, I'm a genius. If only, oh, I'm looking for 68.23. Holy cow. So I saw this as a descending broadening wedge, and what that does is it generates a price target at the beginning of the pattern, which is way up here, and we did have actually a downward breakout. Maybe we can cheat a little bit here and say, hey, maybe this was actually just an encounter with that trend line and not necessarily, yeah, like there you go. That looks good. Doesn't that look good? I'd say so. Yes. You can see here how the RSI in this downtrend, right? How the RSI, it comes into oversold once, it comes back up, and then comes back down towards that area once again. Eventually, you know, going way down after failing to reach into overbought. So you can read a lot into those, read a lot into the RSI. Like, look at how many times the RSI here has reached, on the monthly time frame at least, has reached oversold versus having reached overbought. And it's like incredible. You haven't seen the RSI here in TNX reach above, what is this, like 68 since the beginning of 2000? 1999? Wow. Interest rates have been crashing, of course, for a long time, deliberately, of course, to stimulate the economy. And now that trend has reversed, and that's a big trend. So I'm looking for, this would translate into a 6.8% interest rate on the 10-year, I think, which is pretty high. This could be a double top coming up here in the RSI. That is a thing. You are going to see patterns in the RSI because it's an average of moving averages of the price. But how high do I think we're going to go? Well, it looks like we just started wave 3, and it's possible that we're actually in an extension. So this could actually be the 3 of 3, and we still have a ways to go yet. Now, wave 4 could come all the way back down to the top of wave 1 here. I don't know what degree I'm on. I'm not even going to try. So $19. This could go way up and then turn around. If this is going to be a big dive, I would love to see that. I've been saying it for a long time. I really just want to see the markets crash, like really quick. Just drop of a hat, boom, get it over with, because the bounce is going to be better. And more people make more money on big moves like that. It's better. It's easier. Wow. So SPXU and the TBT and TNX, all going according to plan. Dixie, the dollar strength index, went bullish on me. I was like, this thing's going to die. And then it didn't. It just kept going. It just goes. And that's incredible. It's absolutely insane. Let me put this in a weekly chart. You see, I was tracking kind of like a broadening, ascending wedge. And I was like, there's divergence here in the RSI. But look, do you see how the RSI came back up into here and it broke that divergence? Wow. Kaboom. There you go. That's a trend break. So the RSI could be up here and overbought for a long time for the dollar. And look at the weekly candles. The weekly candles are incredibly bullish. Like, that's nuts. Let's go to a daily. Let's go to a daily here. And this is going to break my heart when I see GLD. So GLD is an equity that tracks the price of gold. It's supposed to be a way to trade gold without having to own it. And let me have a look. Oh, it's not. So 158 was my bearish level. I stopped watching at 158, and since then we did dip and have had a pretty good bounce actually. But what I don't like is that we have this. Look, we have this rise in the RSI, and it turns around before it reaching into overbought. We know what that means, right? It means we're probably going to see more oversold in the future. And this is looking hella bearish. That is bad. Let's just extend that channel trend down, right? And it, just a perfect encounter. It could fail to get above it. So we're expecting a full move down to the bottom of the channel. Like, we're talking about gold dropping a lot, like another $10, which is significant because that's a big move. So that's unfortunate because I really like GLD. Now SLV I've been more bullish on, and it's been interesting to watch SLV because it doesn't seem to be moving all that alongside with gold. Like, you can see that, I mean, the moves are similar, right? But this is towards a bottom. Like, this is a bottoming pattern. GLD is like ready to fall off of a cliff, right? GLD. See that the last high, or the last dip, was higher in GLD. This dip is lower. The most recent dip in GLD is much lower than the prior dip, and in SLV it's not like that, right? And that's what matters, is where those lows are. It's actually opposite. The most recent low was higher than the low prior. So SLV with this high up here actually set a new uptrend when the price got above where I have all this nonsense. I'm just not in the right time frame. Yeah, so there, yeah, you see this downtrend breaking. There's now an uptrend in SLV, whereas there was not in GLD. And that is very interesting. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but this is just what the charts are saying, is that maybe the gold and silver ratio is coming back into balance, because I know that was out of whack for a while. I'm not really sure where that is currently. But yeah, good stuff. Let's look at AMC for just a second here. I was expecting AMC and APE, their combined price, to reach 970. And I called this downtrend a long time ago, and I've just been like hanging out. Wow, watching the price drop. Look at this. Look at 852. So this week, what was this low? 902. Wow. Or that was day. So that was last week. Yeah, so last Friday or Monday. Wait. Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Yeah, so on Monday, we actually reached my AMC and APE target of 970. We've come back down, and now we've pushed down below that level. So yeah, probably more oversold. I mean, look at the RSI. This is nuts. I've been waiting for this for a long time, and we're here. It's finally happening. So yeah, it's really sad though to watch too, because like that hurts. that's brutal. And where's the bottom of the market? I don't know. But if we do get a huge drop, like a stock market crash style, like that's what I'm expecting really. That could be a great spot for like a lot of people to enter the market or exit their positions depending on whether you're short or not. So it's gonna be volatile. Imagine what the meme stocks do in that kind of volatility. It'll be stupid. It'll be so dumb. That's gonna be one of the most upsetting things actually, is watching the irrational bounces in the meme stocks when the market bottoms. It's gonna be very annoying. It's gonna be so much Moaz hype again. It's just gonna be the same thing. 2.0. Oh man. So yeah, I am expecting some more volatility to the upside here eventually. We're not there yet, it's like call that high at 2750 in AMC, like spectacularly. And this chart, just the way this chart has developed is just insane. It is just insane. So you can see like these price targets all coming in hot. Just excellent stuff. I mean, let's see what Capitvision has on it. Oh wow. So now I get to look at my wave analysis here a little more closely. 4, 5, and then this is A, B. Yeah, so C. So like just a simple expanded flat. A simple expanded flat correction phase would bring the price. It could bring the price back up to $27. That's so dumb. That's probably what's going to happen. The market's going to bottom, and then there's going to be all this volatility. The price is going to go back up to like $30. Everyone's going to be like, oh, Moaz hype, and then it's just going to die again. Oh my god, if that happens, that's going to be ridiculous. So we'll see if these SPXU calls work out or not. If they do, if I time it right, I might, you know, catch some volatility in the meme stocks again, which would be just silly, just be stupid. But, you know, it's not me to judge it. If it's there, it's there. That's great. It's just